Hi, boys and girls. I'm going to go ahead and show you where you can find your assignment for 6.4 in social studies called Fighting Terrorism. You're going to go to your social studies course and you're going to scroll down to the HTS supplemental resource folder. We're looking at module 6 and we're looking in lesson folder 6.4 Fighting Terrorism. You click on that first link for the lesson. And for this lesson, you've got 4 parts. So we're going to go through each of those different parts. And at the bottom, you'll see that your attachment here is for your assessment 6.4. So I'm going to open that up so we can go through that as we go through the lesson. All right, scroll up. So it says, following World War II and the Cold War, the United States continued to assume the role as a world leader. Unfortunately, there were and are groups around the world who disagree with America's beliefs, ideals, and policies. These groups use terror to seek to harm to the United States and its citizens. As a historian of modern America, investigate the most devastating terrorist attack in our country's history. Part 1, you've got 4 steps. Step 1, you're going to read the article, The War on Terrorism. Step 2, you're going to watch the video 9/11 Timeline, Attacks on the World Trade Center. Step 3, you're going to watch the video 9/11 Timeline, Attack on United 93 in the Pentagon. And then for step 4, you're going to complete the 5 W's chart on your assessment sheet, which is attached below. Let's look at your 5 W's chart. So for part 1, you're completing this 5 W's chart where you're focusing on these 5 different topics. Who, what, when, where, and why. Who was involved? What happened? When did it happen? Where did it happen? And why did it happen? So you'll write just a couple sentences in each of these boxes, answering those 5 W questions. Make sure you answer them in complete sentences, please. Okay, so that's part 1. Part 2, it says President George W. Bush addressed a shocked, devastated, and grieving nation on the evening of September 11, 2001. Part 2, you've got 3 steps. Step 1, you're going to watch the video Address to Nation on Terrorist Attacks 9/11/2001. For step 2, you're going to rewatch that video. While you're rewatching the video, I want you to focus on questions number 1 through 3, and then you're going to answer those questions on your worksheet. So let's take a look at questions 1 through 3. Part 2, what is one important or interesting quote you heard on the video? So while you're watching the video for the second time, try to pull out a quote that is either important or interesting that you heard. Number 2, did you pick this quote because it was interesting or important? And what does the quote mean? Why did you choose it? What does it mean? And then number 3, you're going to write a 2 to 3 sentence summary on the videos that you watched, on the video that you watched here. Then for part 3, the 9/11 attacks definitely changed America. As a historian of modern America, find out how the country changed. Step 1, you're going to read the article 4 Ways September 11th Changed America. And then you're going to answer questions 4 through 7 after you read the article. Let's look at questions 4 through 7. Number 4, according to the article, in what 4 ways has America changed since 9/11? So after 9/11 happened, how has America changed? What were the 4 ways that we as a country changed? Number 5, what do you think is the most important change and why? Don't forget to explain why you think the most important change is the most important. Number 6, how would you describe life in America before 9/11? What was life before this major event happened in our nation? And then number 7, how would you describe life after 9/11? How did it change? How did America's life, the people here, how did their lives change after this major event? And then you'll move on to your last part, which is part 4. Following the attacks on 9/11, the United States has been involved in several modern conflicts. Investigate those conflicts. Step 1, you're going to read the article, Modern Conflicts. Step 2, you're going to watch the video, President Bush announces the start of Iraq War. And then you're going to answer questions 8 through 11. Number 8, do you feel the United States was justified or right? Justified means right to fight in Afghanistan. Why or why not? Don't forget to explain why or why not. Number 9, do you feel the United States was justified or right to fight in Iraq? Why or why not? So don't forget to answer the why or why not part for numbers 8 and 9. Number 10, in your opinion, at what point should the United States enter into war with a foreign country? So at what point should the United States make that decision to go to war in a different country? What's that point that the United States says, yes, okay, we need to go to war? And then number 11, in your opinion, what things are worth fighting for in a war? So what are some of the reasons when we do go to war, what should those reasons be? What are the things that we're fighting for? What are worth it? Okay. After you complete the chart and questions 1 through 11, you're going to submit your assessment sheet. To submit your assessment sheet, you'll come down to the submission box. You'll have a blue plus button where you can attach your work.